welcome to Deaf and Dumb. You're a little late there.
Yeah, well,
I'm Dan.
I'm Dudley.
And how's your week been?
It's been alright.
It's been alright?
Been alright, yeah.
It's been whatever, because our internet's kind of broken.
Yeah, our internet's all jacked up. That's probably the worst thing. Well, not the worst thing, but
it's pretty
terrible.
annoying.
It is annoying. It barely.
When
it does work, it barely works.
I've been having to play Dark Souls in offline mode.
Yeah.
So I don't get all the little helpful tips.
Yeah.
Little warnings.
Know what might be around the corner.
I didn't realize how much I relied upon those warnings. You know, most of them are just like,
look right.
Yeah, or dead end.
Yeah.
Like, not useful, or they're making some kind of weird innuendo.
Yeah.
Which at first when you...
A lot of butt references.
Yeah, it's always like, try hole or something like that, and it happens to be next to
a guy. There seems to be a lot of, and I heard about this before the game came out, actually, that there seems to be a lot of dead bodies positioned with their butt, towards you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, throughout the whole game. I mean, it's like a lot of them.
Oh, yeah?
Or they're laid over a rail, and, they don't have any
like...
pants on, so you just see their butt.
Uh-huh.
And it's apparently a thing. And
and most of the little warning things are just innuendos or pointless stuff, but there are useful ones in there. When you do find one, you're like, you come to a dark hallway or something, you're like, is there something here? And it'll be like, ambush right, or whatever.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, that's useful.
Ahead,
that's super. Or, you're like, prepared to die or something. I don't know. You're just like ready for... it kind of gives you just a little bit of a warning, so you're ready for it, and so
I noticed that. But I've been playing online, but I haven't played Dark Souls a lot this week. I played like one day.
Yeah, I've been playing it off and on, not as much as I like, but I have been playing it. I finally got out of the Cathedral of the Deep, and So
yeah, you just did that. I just saw you doing that today.
Finally. Well, no, I got out of it a couple of days earlier in the week. Earlier in the week, but
you're in the swampy area.
Yeah, I got through the swamp area. And
you beat the first,
which wasn't as bad as I thought it might be.
Yeah, it's not. It's like in comparison to like Dark Souls 1, Blighttown was like the big swamp horrible area.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom of it's kind of a swamp, but it's more just a hellhole.
Yeah,
where,
that's the kind of vibe you get when you go into this swamp area.
I didn't... I first got there, I literally walked into the front, through the archway that got me there, and I was like, I don't think I'm ready, I don't think I want to do this.
Yeah.
And one of those little warnings was just like, swamp, therefore poison. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I had that one as well.
And I was like, I don't want to go into a swamp. So I stopped there, and then I came back the next day after I, steeled my resolve.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as bad as I thought. I know there's a lot of crevices in it, and I haven't gone to, because I've seen stuff in the distance out in there. It's like, in The Hobbit, you've read the book, right?
Yes.
And the movie kind of does it, but they don't really do it the way in the book. In the book, when they're going through Mirkwood, they're following the path, and they're told not to go off the road,
right?
Don't
leave the path.
Don't leave the path.
Yeah,
and what lures in the book, spoilers, if you haven't read it yet, you need, I don't know what you're doing with your life. In the book, they're lured off by, they see campfires off off the road into the woods, and they keep chasing them, and they never get to one, kind of thing. Yeah. And that's what I think of, like when I'm in the swamp and I look at this and I see that little white glow.
Yeah, the little items
of an item, like a little dead a corpse over there that has an item on it, and I want to go get it, but I'm like, no, I can't leave the path.
Yeah, which there really isn't much a path.
Not much, but I can move normal speed on some little islands that you're hopping from one to the other, and I don't like going waist deep in this muck and not able to roll away from things. And
you finally got through that area.
Yeah,
you beat
finally
the first
Lord of Cinder,
which
is like the first
a while back.
Yeah. I've been moving slow through this game. I don't know why. Normally
I'd
be
good,
much further.
It's just kind of...
I don't know what to do.
Fun to enjoy.
It is really good. I'm kind of savoring it.
I'm kind of doing that too, but I've been kind of going through a lot of it. I'm in this gorgeous area.
Yeah, I saw some screenshots you had.
Yeah, I took some screenshots of it. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. That's been kind of keeping me going. I was like, I really want to see that. I want to go there.
It's a different space.
Yeah.
I was in it. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I just went into another area just past it. So
yeah.
I don't know if I've completely explored that area, but it's good. And I'm in a new area, and that's pretty cool.
I need it. I'm gonna play it.
Kind of pissed me off a little bit, but other than that, it's good.
Yeah, I was playing it right before we started recording this. You had to pull me away from it.
Yeah.
It's been a busy week. I just didn't have to. I spent a lot of time working on job stuff. So
yeah.
I didn't play as much as I like, and
I didn't play a lot either. But
I kept finding myself, with like I had an hour before I needed to go to bed, and I was like, an hour just doesn't feel like enough time to dive into Dark Souls.
Yeah,
I feel like I want to have some more time with it.
Yeah,
so it's been kind of making me go.
I didn't play a lot of it. I played Pitcross a lot this week. I didn't play. About halfway through the week, I stopped playing Fallen London.
Oh, really? You gave up?
Well, no, it's not. I gave up. I got to a point where I didn't know what to do next, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do.
I'm kind of there too.
And then I kind of just stopped, and then I haven't really felt the urge to play it.
Yeah, I'm at a spot where I'm doing I was doing the Bag of Legend thing, and I'm trying to figure out where I need to go next, and I got some kind of a hint, but it didn't. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, and I've looked all the locations I have access to, and I can't find my next little thing. So.
Yeah, this one didn't even give me a location. It just said this is not done. But that was it.
Yeah,
and nothing else. There's nothing.
And maybe it's in the opportunity cards or something.
And it might be, and I just don't know. I don't know where to go. I know what to do, and so because of that, I haven't been playing it.
Yeah,
and haven't felt the draw to play it either.
Yeah, it's one of those games that you can come back to and.
I'll pick it up
casually play it.
My girlfriend started playing it.
Oh,
just out of because I was playing it.
Yeah,
and she didn't like it at
all.
Didn't
like it at all.
Did not like it.
So she's not playing it anymore.
I don't know. She's not. It was either today or yesterday. She said I deleted that app. I don't want to play it anymore. I don't get it. And I'm like, okay.
It's a lot about reading.
It's a lot about reading.
It's a lot of stuff happens in your head. It's not like showing you anything. It's just kind of giving you details, and you can kind of imagine it how you want.
So it's kind of almost role playing.
It's a headspace game. Yeah, it's a role playing game.
It's a
it's a role
choose your adventure role playing. And I kind of imagine how my character's doing all this, but not really her thing. She didn't like it.
Yeah.
So she went back to her Walking Dead game,
which
she has it's on a mobile app game she's been playing, but she hasn't been playing it because our internet's been messed up, so she can't get online to do it.
Yeah.
And so she's been really angry.
Yeah. What can you do?
Yeah.
Yesterday we had the Cartwrights over.
Yeah.
And we played some board games. We played Space Cadets Dice Duel.
Yes.
Which was one of the games that our buddy Carlton gave us
for free.
It's Space Cadet Dice Duel.
Yeah. So we finally played it.
We played it yesterday, and it is a lot of fun.
It's
and
so
it is intense. Because the game is it's like Space Cadet, which I haven't played Space Cadet.
I haven't played Space Cadet.
But in Space Cadet, it's a co-op game where you're all on a crew of a ship and you're all manning stations, and each station has a set of dice that go with it, and you're rolling the dice, trying to get certain things on the dice to do whatever you're if you're running the weapons, you're building torpedoes that you can launch. You're running the sensors, you're getting lock and jamming signals, so you can Well, this is the same thing, except instead of everyone being on one ship, it's two ships, and you're fighting each other.
Yes.
And it's hence dice duels. And so at minimum 4 players, so 2 players on each team. It was me and you versus the Cartwrights, and they ended up winning.
Barely.
But that's the thing. There's no turns. You start
it's
and
like an RTS.
Yeah, you're rolling dice to get energy to add to the stations to roll those station dice to get stuff. And so the two of it was really hectic because there's a lot of like yelling and dice flying everywhere. We kept dropping them.
Well,
on
I don't
the
know
table.
if theirs was. Ours was. We kept dropping.
We kept dropping off the table,
and then sometimes we wouldn't realize it. And
we were missing
energy,
and I'm like, I thought we were just damaged because when you get damaged, you lose the energy dice, and it's really hectic, but it's a lot of fun. And it'll play up to 8 players, so I'd love to try that out.
Yeah,
where you have like 3 people running stations and one person being the captain.
Yeah,
and it has like a Star Trek vibe to it, where you're just, but it's one of the things you're like you get everything lined up, to, like, for example, you were running weapons, and you're, like, rolling dice, and you got torpedoes in the tube ready to fire. You got the sensors set up to lock onto them, and then you're, like, we get lined up to fire, and you're like, fire! And right then, they just picked up their ship to move. Well, they finished their move, and then we do the fire. Well, they may have moved out of range.
Yeah.
It
happened a lot where we were moving right when they fired, or they were moving right when we fired, and yeah, it's pretty intense. It's crazy because we're just constantly rolling dice and
trying to figure out what we were gonna do.
And I didn't know. I was just focused on weapons, and I had the sensors and weapons, so I was constantly building torpedoes. And then once I had those built, I would work on targeting, getting targeting deals and jammers, detectors, so balancing that out, and then watching what Trey was doing, because he was the weapon in the
he was running the weapon
and the sensors on the other side. So I was trying to build my sensors based on his sensors because I have targeting and then targeting goes against jamming, and if you're he has a whole lot of jamming, I can't get through with the targeting, so I was constantly looking at what he had to decide, can I fire yet?
Yeah,
or
and
am I within range?
I was running the shields, the helm,
and the tractor
beam, and I realized one of the edges they had on us, because I just didn't think about it this way, is that you could kind of preload stuff to have it loaded up.
Yeah.
And so they always had, like, tractor beams loaded and ready, so whenever they got near a crystal, which give you extra bonus stuff and warps and more energy, and you can fix damage with it, and anytime they got near them, they spent the tractor beam and grabbed it, and then they had to reload it, and it was ready, and they just kept it loaded all the time. I kept running into the problem of, I'd get us over there, and I'm like, I need tractor beam, and I'm sitting there, and then I gotta roll to get tractor beam.
Yeah. I realized pretty early that I can roll energy dice with the other dice, because we were kind of splitting the job of the energy.
Yeah, because with two players, the
engineering
is split between the two players.
And so I realized, I can do this both at the same time instead of rolling one dice constantly. I was like, I'll just roll it all together. But the problem was, I would do that, but I would only end up focusing on one of them. So I forget to do that's not what I wanted, and I roll all of them again. I was like, wait, I should have used some of these.
It was hard to kind of separate everything.
It would be really good, I think, with more players.
Yeah.
And
I didn't touch the energy dice much. I usually let that, even though we share the role, I just more often than not, I just hey, I need I need stuff for helm, and you're just like, okay, and
I don't know if that was a good way to do it.
I don't know. Only time I picked up the energy dice was when you were busy doing something. I'd reach over and grab the few and try to roll them and get them. But,
I found myself rolling energy a lot, and then once I got my tractor, everything loaded up, I was just waiting just to get in position.
Yeah.
And so I was just rolling what you needed.
Well, and navigation is not easy in this game. It's on a grid. The board's a grid, and the way movement works is you always move forward. So facing is really important, and so it may be you can either move forward once, move forward twice, or you move forward and turn left, right, or turn all the way around.
Yeah, 180.
Those were all the motion. But the thing is, you can't just load one of those and then use it. You have to load three dice before you can do all your movements. And so you have to make 3 moves of some kind.
Yeah.
And then somehow end up facing the right direction, and they're moving all the time. And so it's hectic, and it's really intense. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I really want to play it some more.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'd like to get more players to play it again.
I would like to play with more players. I would also like to get the original Space Cadets
and try it
and
out.
Just play it, and it's more of an explorer. It's more Star Trek-y in that you're exploring sector. The board is it's not just a set board like in in Dice Duel. You have like tiles that you lay as you explore. And I was reading the rules for Dice Duels. If you have Space Cadet, you can use the board on it, the tiles for it, to make your own board.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
For Dice Duel, you can just pick which one you want and put them together and make your own little arena, as opposed to just fix one, which is cool. I think that's
the only thing that was kind of weird was the dice duels is that it had sides on the dice, which kind of was nothing.
Yeah.
On several of the dice, it was, this is basically nothing.
Yeah.
But it was apparently for expansion.
Yeah, all the dice
on.
almost all the stations have an expansion symbol on one side of the dice, or in the tractor beam, half the dice side were nothing.
Yeah.
And basically, it's like right now in the base set, you just re-roll it. Which all of it, like even with energy, there's 5 stations,
and then a 6,
and you roll a 6, you just re-roll because you don't use it for anything.
Yeah,
but I imagine, with I'm curious what the expansions add. Like they add another action to each station, so I'm curious what those are.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that they were just a symbol on there that was nothing. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's kind of nice for the forethought, and you don't have to they don't have to make you new dice or pay more for more dice.
Yeah. Well, and then also you don't.
It's kind of annoying. It's like, you can't use this.
Would it really change it much? I mean, you add another thing or double up one of them makes it more obvious. I think it's also a balancing.
More. Yeah, we roll less, I guess. But I guess that's kind of the point.
If the point is you're constantly rolling. I don't know. I'm not sure if it would change it that much.
I don't know.
But I do like that they had the forethought to say, hey, this is for if we don't have to replace the dice.
I kind of see it as advertising within the game.
Yeah.
Hey, what's this? Oh, it's for an expansion. You don't have that. You should buy that.
You should buy that.
If you want to use that, you have to buy it. And I guess that's smart on their part.
Yeah.
But it just rubs it in my face that I don't have it. Which I shouldn't be complaining. We got the game for free.
Yeah, we got the game for free, and I'm super happy with it. We will definitely play it again.
Yeah.
Hopefully
which we still have some other ones that we got.
Yeah, we have a bunch of other ones we haven't tried
yet.
We'll
talk about those as we get them.
As we play them, we will discuss them.
So,
we also played, at the request of Trey, Last Will.
Yes,
which is one of your games.
It's one of my games I got for Christmas last year. I don't know if we talked about it already on here.
I don't know.
think we have.
I don't think we have. If we did,
basically,
not very long.
Okay. So this game is called Last Will, as everyone plays, nephew or niece of an uncle. We all have an uncle, a rich uncle who's really rich. He dies, and so his last will is to leave all his money to his, nieces and nephews or whatever. But he wants to leave it to the person who lived the best life, basically, and not, just, have money and not, had fun with it, because that's what he did. He had a life of money, but he didn't have fun with it. So he wants the person who gets his money to have fun with it.
He's regretful that he didn't have fun with his own money.
Yeah, didn't spend more of his money, basically. Yeah. So he wants to make sure to end up with it to enjoy it. So basically the game is everyone starts with 70 pounds. Well, it can be random if you use one of the add-ons, but the basic game, you start with 70 pounds.
Is it pounds?
Pounds, yes.
I don't even remember what the denomination was. I just remember monies.
It's 70 pounds, and the person who spends the most, who has the least amount of money or the most debt at the end of the game, wins.
Which is completely backwards from everything most
traditionally
games
you want more money.
Yeah, it's almost always higher victory points or higher money or whatever. It's like,
well, this is lower. So the whole game is kind of worker placement kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a worker placement.
Worker placement, and you got a board, and there's different things you can do, and you can have action card. You have cards, actions, and errand boys.
Yeah.
And so what you're doing is you're planning out your round.
Yeah.
And then you're getting cards and using those cards. Basically, spend money, and you can buy property.
Yeah.
Which that costs so much, and there's a market value that changes.
Oh yeah, I like the game because the best way to get rid of the most money is to buy property, but you own that property, therefore it's part of your estate.
It's part of it's part of your.
You can devalue those properties by you can pay maintenance to lose money by spending money on maintenance.
Yeah.
But if you don't pay maintenance, a lot of them have depreciation, so by not maintaining it, it becomes cheaper.
Yeah.
That means when you sell it, you lose more money, which is a good thing in this game.
But the problem is you cannot go bankrupt, which signals the end of the game.
Yeah.
So there's 7 rounds, but if someone goes bankrupt, which means they have no property and no money.
Yeah.
Once you get to that, if that's when the game ends.
Yeah.
So it can end earlier if someone goes bankrupt.
Yeah.
But if you sell your property, you get money back because you still used to get some money.
You can't go bankrupt if you own property.
You can't go bankrupt if you own property, so you got to sell it, and then you got to get rid of that money you had too. So Trey pulled off a really nice move. He was able to sell 2 properties.
In
and
one
he had
round.
some cards in all in one round and got like $2 for both of them.
for both of them. One of them he sold and made nothing.
One of them he sold and got $0, which is perfect.
Yeah.
And the other one he sold and he got $2.
Yeah.
And they weren't like super cheap. They were like
it was
still like 7 or 8 pounds by themselves.
Yeah.
And
after depreciation.
But he managed to finagle it with some cards and the placement of certain things. Market value had gone down and stuff like that. And was able to make almost nothing. So he did really well on that point.
Yeah, because you can adjust. There's a little thing on the board. One of the actions you can send an errand person to do is change the market value of the different types of property. And basically it goes from -3...
there's -3, -2, -1. Oh, no.
No, it's -3,
+3,
-1, +1, +3.
Yeah.
And so you can switch those around. So and that determines how much you buy. So you want to buy things when it has a +3 or at least a +1, and you want to sell things when it has a -1 or 3.
Yeah, because you'll lose more money.
You're constantly looking at what other people have, what they're trying to sell, and you're trying to get them to make them spend less money to buy property and spend more money to. And so you're trying to do that to help yourself, but also watch and make other. And you think, what's $3? But that's a big difference.
At the end, I mean,
when it comes down to the end, it's both times we play this, it has been within,
I think the range was like
I won.
$10.
I ended up winning.
Trey had $10.
Trey had $10. Brandy had like $5 or $6.
I think, $5, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then you had 0.
I had exactly 0.
You were exactly 0. And I was -7.
Yeah, and that's a pretty even spread.
Yeah.
And it's just fun because there's so much little absurdities in the two. It's like, okay, you can get cars for like reservations at a restaurant. Whether you actually go to the restaurant, you still pay for the reservation.
Yeah, you're spending money on reservations you're not going to. Or you can go to a nice dinner, and then to make it more expensive, you can bring your horse.
Yeah, well, there's like
or a guest.
Yeah,
or
dinner is like you bring your dog. A dog and a woman, and then the theater is a horse, and it's up to debate whether you ride the horse to the theater or if you.
I like to think you bring the horse into
the theater.
That's why it costs more,
and that's why it costs more. But there's a lot of different things you can buy and to increase.
It's a fun game because it's so different.
Yeah,
you play Galaxy Truckers, and the whole point is to make money.
Yeah, it's
most games is gain money or gain victory points or something like that. Well, this game is the exact opposite. It's like you start with a bunch of money and you're trying to figure out the best way, an engine of some kind, to get rid of that money. It's either by I didn't buy a lot of property. I bought 2 properties.
I bought 1
and then sold them because they can be a trap. Because if you don't appreciate them up, or if they're like a farms don't depreciate. But you can lose a lot more money
on
maintenance and like if you put a horse on it, if you put a dog on it, you can suddenly start spending a lot of money. But you can't. It's only going to be like
whatever you
paid for it. You're still gonna you got to
get rid of.
You got to get rid of it, whatever you sell it for.
There's no one fell swoop thing. I actually probably sold my property 1 round too late.
Yeah,
but it was just kind of I was always trying to lose as much money. You're always trying to sell your property and then lose that money. I was able to finagle it to where I sold the property and then immediately used my other action to pay other stuff and lost all that money I gained from it. But if I had one more round, I might have been able to sell the property and then the next round went into a negative. But it was just kind of the way it plays out. And and the order is chosen by, you place your tokens on the board and depending on where you put it, depends on how many actions you get, how many cards you draw. And then there are other things to get plus or minus here and there.
And a lot of it is just figuring out, because you only get so many actions based on what planning phase you pick.
Yeah.
And I managed to finagle it where I had a lot of actions at the end.
Yeah.
And what I did was I sold my property, which it was at a market +3 because you switched it on me and kept me from selling it for less. So I ended up making like $8 off selling my
your property.
My property, but I immediately went to 2 different gentlemen's clubs which cost me $10, and then I had a ball, which cost me another. Which, if I had more action, would have been a lot more.
Yeah, balls are a lot away. If you get a lot of action, you can make.
Like if you can get like 5 or 6 action, you can jump $20 easily. And I only had 2 actions left, so I only spent, but I still managed to throw away like $14, $15, $16 in that one turn.
Yeah.
After so
it's every little pound counts.
Every little one.
If we're doing something, you're like, oh, I would only lose 1 more pound. You do it because you want to lose everything.
Yeah.
It gets down to the end at little bit.
Yeah, that little bit. I knew it was going to be close.
Yeah.
Like I thought Trey was going to get closer than he was, but
he did really well.
He did really well, and I don't think his last round worked for him.
I think he peaked a little too early.
Yeah.
So he got rid of a lot of property, lost a lot of money, but he didn't really have anything else.
Yeah, he had a lot of stuff to help him sell properties and do stuff with the properties, but then he sold the properties, and those weren't helping
Well, his
anymore.
last round was mostly getting a lot of cards and hoping to get big spenders.
Yeah.
And it didn't really play out for him, because he still ended up with $10.
Yeah.
And if he had just 1 or 2 of those cards that were big, a ball card, he could have probably lost a little bit more and got down a little closer.
Yeah.
Brandy did pretty good. She seemed kind of slow starting.
She didn't do a lot of property stuff. Well, she had some
farms. She had some farms.
And I was like, she like, you start with a 50-pound face, and she was the last one to break hers.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, she's not going to catch up. But she got way closer than I expected her to, because
her last round was big.
Because I kept looking at her, like, she got rid of a lot of money, but she bought 2 farms.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that money's going to come back. And I was really surprised how well she was able to she was able to sell those and then get rid of that money.
Yeah.
She did really well.
It was good.
It was
a lot of fun.
Good.
A lot of fun game.
I like it a lot. It's definitely like it's kind of a work placement. It's kind of engine building in a way,
and budgeting,
but
a little bit of
it's a little bit of, but it's not like Caverna, where it's overwhelming in the amount of worker placement. It's really minor, really simple worker placement.
Well, you only get 2 workers.
Yeah, you only get 2 guys that you placed, and it really comes down to turn order and where you place
what you use your actions on.
Yeah, and what you decide where you want to place in the planning phase, which decides how many cards you get, how many workers you send out, and how many actions you get. And that really is, like, that's key, I think, and just figuring the best way to use whatever cards you have and use as much of your stuff as possible. And so it's less of a worker placement, is more of just the planning and trying to figure out the best way to get rid of stuff.
Which we enjoy doing.
Yeah, and
like that.
I like it, and it's so different. I like that it's all about getting rid of money.
Yeah. And it's basically Brewster's Million.
Brewster's Million, yeah,
if
exactly.
If you don't know Brewster's Million, that's
the Richard Pryor movie.
His uncle dies and leaves him an uncle he didn't know. He leaves him a bunch of money, and he has to lose so much of it to get the rest of it.
Yeah, he had to lose so much in a certain time period, and he slowly realized how hard it is. Like, I'll just throw money into. Yeah, you can buy stuff, but you still own that property, and it's worth something. And it's like trying to. Or he invests money into bad investments, but then somehow turns around and make him money, and of course he also can't tell anyone that he's trying to lose all this money either.
Yeah.
And so
it's a good movie, but it makes a great board game.
It's a great board game. It's a lot of fun. We highly recommend it.
But yeah,
that's everything we played this week.
Speaking of playing, I haven't played this yet. I picked it up today.
Yeah.
I picked up Uncharted 4.
Oh, yeah?
I got it.
You did go?
I went ahead and bought it. And I haven't played it.
Yeah, because it came out this week, right?
It came out last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Haven't played it yet. Yeah. It's still in the wrapper. I will maybe get to it today.
You're going to break it out today?
So I'll be checking that out. So hopefully I'll be able to talk about that next week.
Okay.
I have gotten what I'm calling the Buddy Graham report.
Oh, our Buddy Graham?
Yeah, the BGR.
You're trying way too hard.
I'm not trying hard. I think it'll be called the BGR. This is the Buddy Graham report.
I'm not. No,
He's
I'm not
played Uncharted.
I refuse to call it that.
Well, you may not, but I will.
Okay. What does our Buddy Graham have to say?
He's talked to me about a few things this week, and one of them was Uncharted 4. And as I've talked about on here, I haven't played the other games.
Yeah.
So I was trying to on the fence whether I was going to get it. Or I was trying to decide if I was going to try to play the other ones or not. He was texting me. He knew this. He was texting me about it, and he said it's a really good. He said you don't have to play the other ones.
Uh-huh.
He said the story can be played solo, with no prior knowledge to the other games.
Okay.
But he said it kind of has you lose a lot of the emotional connections.
Yeah.
To it that connects to references to
well,
the other game.
You don't know what my emotions are, so that's fine.
It'll be good. So, but he said it's kind of like playing Metal Gear Solid 4 without playing the first game.
Yeah.
Because there's a point in Metal Gear Solid 4, if you haven't played it, spoiler alert, where you go back to Shadow Moses.
Yeah.
And it's a great moment. It's so fantastic.
Yeah.
When I played it, I was just like, oh my god, this is fantastic.
Yeah, but if you didn't know what
If you didn't play the first game and you just jumped into Metal Gear Solid 4,
you're like, okay, it's just
you
another
wouldn't
place.
care. It would just be another place.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. So if but what I did is I went over, I read a couple articles basically giving the rundown of all the story, and I've also watched the video.
So you've done
detailing.
some prep work.
I'm trying to get as much information of all the backstory as I can, and then just jump into the fourth one. And he said, I think there's a cutscene. He said to watch the cutscene for the second one. He said that one, the good story, good. So I'll probably try to do that before I play.
Yeah.
But he said the game's good. He said it's super well put together, and he said it feels very mature in a way that is adult, not like, but still an adventure. That's basically what he said.
It feels like
a mature. It's a mature in a way that is adult. I'm quoting him on this. This is the exact text he said, but still like an adventure. He said not juvenile. It's kind of hard to explain.
Well, it sounds a little confusing.
Yeah.
But okay.
Well, he said it doesn't pander to being cool or ridiculous.
It's trying to be
kind
of
not
somewhat
like
serious.
His words are or have naked movie ladies coupled with dark storytelling. It's not like that.
So it's not like God of War. Or
yeah,
something.
God of War does that.
Not that I have not played those games
I think
at all.
I played the first one a little
They
bit,
look
like a
so
demo or something.
Masturbatory.
It is very. It's got, but that's what it is. It's an action adventure game that's actually good.
Yeah.
But he said they learned a lot from The Last of Us. Was the last game they did, and I played it, and I loved The Last of Us. Such a good game.
I haven't played. I've only played the beginning of it a couple of times.
Which is exactly why I want to play this one, because it's the same people. Really good. But yeah, so that's what
I didn't know. I didn't even know you'd bought it.
I just bought it before we came to do this.
Yeah, I didn't even know. You didn't even tell me.
Yeah, and
I thought we talked about things, Dudley.
No, not anymore.
Well, let's shift to some news. Well, I mean,
news.
like Doom came out this week.
Yes,
and I was kind of interested. I can't spend the money.
Yeah,
like with my other purchases, and I still have Dark Souls to play. And then my plan is like toward the end of the month when my flight controls come in. I'll probably get like Elite Dangerous to kind of just break those in before Dark No Man's Sky comes out.
Yeah,
so I have stuff on, and also in a couple weeks, Overwatch comes out. The 24th Overwatch comes out, and I'm really intrigued by Overwatch.
Yeah, and that's another one Graham was texting me about this week.
Yeah, because he was talking about it for our
LAN.
biannual LAN.
Yeah, not the next one, but the one next year, early next year when we do the first one in 2017.
Yeah, and I'm really intrigued by Overwatch. I haven't really got into because it's like a MOBA, right?
I don't know what a MOBA is. I don't understand MOBAs. I started to look into it, but I don't know.
You don't know what a MOBA is?
I don't know what MOBA is. What does MOBA stand for?
MOBA is it stands for some words.
You don't even know what it stands for.
I do. I did at one point, but you called me out, and we don't have internet, so I can't
No, you can't look smart by telling me what it looks like.
I'm not prepared there, Dudley.
Okay.
I knew at one point. I can't just rattle it off the top of my head.
So,
but anyway,
it's a multiplayer.
It's massively multiplayer, but it's all about it's like League of Legends.
Yeah, League of Legends.
League of Legends. I've gone blank.
There's a bunch of them. We don't play
them.
Wow,
we don't. I haven't played them, and that's why I'm kind of intrigued by this one because I want to play. Blizzard has one.
Well, this is made by Blizzard.
I mean, not Blizzard.
We're doing terrible.
Yeah, we're terrible. This is the dumb part. We're not prepared, and
we didn't have internet to look smarter.
Yeah, we didn't have time to research some of this stuff. But Well, it just like I just haven't played Dota. Dota's the one I'm thinking about.
Dota 2 is the big one. Yeah.
It's like those look are like I've tried them. I've jumped in them a little bit, but I haven't played them enough to get into it because it's all about choosing a character you like and playing them and learning them and like playing as a team and like doing that stuff kind of cool. And I'm really intrigued. I wanted to play. I just either don't have it or I haven't had time and a lot of them are free.
Yeah.
And so.
This one's not free, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I think you have to pay.
Again, not prepared. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you have to pay for it.
But
Graham played it. He played the beta. The beta.
He said
open beta.
Yeah.
I think it was open. I don't know. But he played it, and he said it's good.
Yeah.
He said it'd be really good for the LAN.
Yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun.
I think he likened it to Team Fortress.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He described it as Team Fortress 3.
Yeah.
I think the words he used.
Yeah. I may have to get it. I don't know. We'll see. It also depends if our internet comes back on.
Yeah,
in which case
I'll probably wait on it. I mean, it'll again, it's multiplayer, and now the time I'll play the multiplayer the most is the land.
Yeah.
So I'll probably wait till we get closer to doing that, and then we'll play that.
Yeah. Well, it will really depends on how much I'm still doing Dark Souls when it comes out. I may not buy it immediately. I may get it a week or so late, but we'll see. It really comes down to whether I decide if I want to. Devote the time and the money to it, but I am really interested. I unlike a lot of the stuff Blizzard puts out.
Yeah.
So, I feel like I just got a mountain of games I'm behind.
Oh, there's always a mountain.
I
of games.
know.
Yeah, I kind of just have to let some of them fall by the wayside, and then maybe pick it up on a Steam sale.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'll do with Doom. I don't think I'll get Doom right away, unless the buzz just skyrockets and say, "Oh, it's amazing."
I've heard mixed things. I've heard some people say whatever about it, but like some people.
Well, there's
I've
a
read
lot of
said
super fans of Doom, so I think it's hard to please them.
I haven't talked to anyone I know who's a.
I guess we need to talk to Tristan. He's a big Doom fan.
Our buddy Tristan was a Doom guy, and so I don't know. Maybe see what I don't know if he's gonna get it or not. I'm interested just because it's released by it's from Bethesda and id and so I kind of intrigued because they're the ones putting it out, but I don't know. It's one of those things that may have to wait.
I think I'm gonna wait on it. It definitely will wait because I'm still playing Dark Souls 3. I got Uncharted 4 to play.
Yeah.
There's some other stuff coming out, not too far off, and I can't think what it is.
I mean, you got Overwatch and all
I think
kinds
Mirror's
of
Edge isn't too. The next Mirror's
Edge 2.
Yeah,
I haven't kept up with it. I like the first one a lot.
Yeah, I think it comes out.
Oh man,
17.
can you imagine me playing that on my 4K TV?
Yeah, you were having some. Didn't you kind of start feeling sick playing the first one?
No, I mean, well, a little bit. I after playing it for like 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
Then I got a little bit lightheaded. I didn't get full on motion sick or anything, and I don't.
I don't ever get motion sick, so I don't know.
But like I did after playing that game, I was a little jittery and like a little lightheaded. I think for playing it, I was on a big screen and I was like playing for 4 hours straight of just like nonstop kind of adrenaline. Running stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. I like that game a lot, so I haven't kept up with the news on the second one, but I am interested.
Yeah. I think it's the 17th. I saw it when I was buying Uncharted 2. I'd forgot about it.
Of this month?
Yeah, this month.
Oh, so this week then?
Yeah.
Like Tuesday then?
Yeah, Tuesday. Because I didn't even think about it because I was just standing there. They were getting a copy of Uncharted 4 for me, and they had a little reserve booklet.
Oh, yeah?
And I saw a Mirror's Edge 2 sitting on the top. So I was like, oh, okay, 17th. So
well,
that comes out this week.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was that soon. I thought it was like a month or so off.
It's on PC at Xbox.
Yeah.
PS4, I think.
I want to play that because I like the first one a lot, but
I never played the first one, so I don't know.
It's good.
You told me about it, but I just never got around to
it. Let's back up. We were talking about Dark Souls last week. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? We talked about poise poise stat in Dark Souls 3 apparently not working, and that everyone said they looked at the code and said it was off.
Yes.
Well, Bandai came out and came out with a statement saying that the poise stat in Dark Souls 3 is working as intended. And it's apparently it works differently than Dark Souls 1 and 2.
It does. It's definitely different.
And it's more, and I put air quotes here, situational, because that's what they said. Yeah. But they didn't say how or how it works or what it does.
They wouldn't explain themselves.
They didn't explain it at all, which still makes me go, are they just full of shit, or is this true? Like, is it? Because a lot of people were doing comparisons, like it doesn't seem to change anything. Like I don't know.
I want to understand it doesn't work the way it used to. So everyone's used to the way it used to work. Work in Dark Souls 1 and 2.
You should say used to a couple more times.
Used to. And so, used to, it did.
Okay, let's stop that now.
You said it a couple more times.
I know. You shouldn't do what I tell you.
But apparently, that's the way they wanted it, and they didn't want it to be the same for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a strange thing to change, but I'm curious what it. I wish they had explained. What harm would it be to say?
Hint
explain what it's actually doing, because obviously people were concerned about it, and so why not explain how your game works so we can actually use it?
Learn to use it.
But then again, I mean, Dark Souls, the stats system, so there's so much stuff, and you have so many different stats, and they all tied to only one other stat, and it's just
that's
crazy
the thing.
that way.
It's kind of cool. I saw this. I don't know if it was last week or week before. There was a guy who's made a character creator basically for Dark Souls, so you can actually play with stats.
Yeah, I remember
playing out your character.
I did it with Dark Souls 2. I found one. Yeah, and I used it for that, and also just to kind of plan out where to spend gems and stuff for improving weapons.
Weapons
is this one? Should I? Because that's the one thing I always wonder about. Is if I put all these Titanites and stuff into this one weapon, is it going to be better to do it on this one, or should I save it and use it on this weapon? Which one will get me to?
Some of them, especially the magic swords.
Yeah.
The first one I'm using, the sword I'm using now is a magic sword, and it takes Titanite, Twilight, Titanites. I don't know. Twinkling Titanite.
Twinkling Titanite. Yeah, I knew what it was, but I wanted to let you stumble around it for a while.
The shiny one.
Yeah. Twinkling Titanite.
It takes those, and those generally rare. You only have to kill the lizards to get them most of the time.
You also get them from the giant crystal creature things. Yeah.
So they're kind of rare. But the first time I upgraded, it took 3 of them. I was like, okay, did 3 of them. This next one, I haven't done it yet, takes 8.
Oh, wow.
8 to upgrade it. And I'm like, good Lord, I don't know if I want to spend 8 on this. So it does boost it nicely, but
you're wondering, is it enough? And before I quit just now, I've been using the same, Frosty sword.
Yeah, that's the one I use.
And I've upgraded a little bit, but I have a lot of other swords, and I'm just doing one two-handed one sword, and it's such a small sword to be two-handing. I have a lot of bigger swords, but my problem is I'm trying to balance big sword with lots of damage with speed and encumbrance and carry weight, which is determined by the roll. And I actually switched. I just got a new sword that I used at one of the boss souls to buy. Yeah. It's a big sword. Yeah, it's a great sword. I think it's got an ultra great sword maybe. And so I switched to it, but I haven't decided if I'm going to go ahead and commit to learn, because it's almost like changing the way you play, because I don't roll away quite as quick as I do, and the attacks aren't quite as quick, but they do a lot more damage, and I'm trying to decide, am I going to commit to trying to do this, or am I going to... And eventually, once I get my stats up, I should be able to be back to rolling like I was. I just got to get my carry weight up, which takes time, and I'm devoting levels to improving that stat so that I can. And I'm just like, there's so much stuff.
I have a pretty good balance going right now, and I had the same problem with some of the other games with the way I played. Is I got so engraved into the way I'm playing right now. It's kind of hard for me to break away.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've been using the same stuff for a while.
Yeah, I have
and it's been working for me. I haven't had any issues.
Exactly.
So I haven't been compelled to change it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about shifting it a little bit, just because I'm gonna have to change up a little bit. I don't know. The game is so complex in that way, is that you can play it a lot of different ways. Yeah, and there is the whole thing is built on the element of the unknown. I don't really know what weapons I'm going to find later. I don't know if it's going to be worth it to spend these resources on this souls to upgrade this weapon only to find another one that I like better. I don't know, but there's always going to be those resources somewhere in most cases. Some of them, there are some things you only get one of. Like there's some of the boss souls that you can turn into weapons and stuff. You only get one chance of that.
Yeah, but that's where the replayability comes out, because there's the New Game Plus stuff, and you can play through it again, and you have the same items,
do the other
it's just
one,
tougher, and then you can do the other stuff again.
And
so
I keep getting in my head that like maybe this time I will add a few spells to my list, but then I go and look at it, oh, that's a cool spell, and I'm like, oh wait, I need my stat to be 12 points higher just to even use it, and I'm like, that's 12 levels of souls that just to get that one thing, just to use the one thing I may not use that much. And I'm like, why? And so, I don't know. It's such a hard decision, but I do like it. I enjoy it.
Okay, moving on. We got some other news we need to get to before we run out of time.
Yeah.
So this week, Pokemon Sun and Moon starter Pokemon have been revealed.
Yeah.
So they had the trailer.
Almost all of them look cool.
Almost. Okay, so did they have the name for them?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I didn't see a name.
Again, no internet. I don't know anything anymore.
All right, so I don't think they said a name for them, but they showed them.
I think they did release the names.
Did they release names?
I think there were names.
I didn't get the names. Anyway,
what are you doing, Dudley?
All right, I have basic descriptions.
So we have Fire Cat.
We had the normal standard fire, water, and grass.
Of course.
So we got a Fire Cat.
Which
is what I'm going to be using.
Yeah, of course.
I always use the fire one, so I'm going to be using the Fire Cat. Though the grass one looks pretty cool.
I like the grass one.
It's the
grass owl. It's an owl with like a leaf bow tie. It's adorable.
Yeah. I hope he has a badass evolution.
I do too.
I hope he's just like this massive, just
like terrifying owl.
Yeah, owl that's just like.
And then we have a water seal,
which a lot of people
like
on the
a circus
have been
seal
hating really hard on.
It doesn't look. I don't understand.
It's cute.
It is cute. It is not as cute as the other two.
Yeah,
but I don't know why people are hating on it so much.
I think what's hurting is it's just a seal.
Well, the other one's just a cat, and it's just an owl.
I don't really know what the big deal is, but a lot of people
they're all cute.
I'm hoping he again has a really awesome.
That's going to be the decider point on me, because I end up picking the starter almost purely off aesthetic.
Yeah,
like and I don't remember which one it was that had the little penguin.
Yeah.
Which is super adorable as the starter. It's like it's the most adorable one, and I wanted it. And then I looked at its evolutions, and I didn't like any of the way its evolution. They look so weird.
The penguin looked good on the first one only.
And then so I end up going with like the grass snake, I think.
Yeah.
And again, which is just a snake.
Yeah.
A grass snake is all it is.
Yeah.
But right now, if I were going off solely on the way
first one?
I would go with the
owl,
the grass owl.
Yeah, the owl looks pretty cool.
It's so cute. And I want to see it little hopping around and being adorable. I thought of immediately pretty much any owl you see anywhere, but in Futurama, there are no rats anymore. It's just little miniature owls hopping around.
Yeah,
and that's what I thought of. It just like that, them little things hopping around. They're just cute.
Yeah,
but yeah, right now, if I had to pick off those, it would be the owl, whatever it's called, because we don't have the names in front of us.
We didn't get the names, so we'll try to get that next week.
Yeah, so that's cool. Also, real quick, the announcement trailer for Civ 6 came out this week.
Civilization 6.
Which, I assume, I guess in the back of my head, I assumed they were making another one. But it's been so long since Civ 5 came out, and I still play Civ 5 every once in a while. I like it a lot.
I really like Civ 5.
I liked all the Civ games, to be honest.
I think I have 130-something hours.
Yeah, I
Civ
don't
5.
know what I have, but it's probably something. It's over in the 100-something. And I like Civ 5, so I'm, of course, interested. It comes out October 21st.
Yes.
Which, it's really nice. They're doing the same kind of thing that Bethesda does. They don't just announce the game way in advance. It's like, oh, yeah, you were working on this. Well, we kind of assumed you were, but...
Yeah.
So, the only thing, my biggest gripe, is the trailer is all fluff.
Yeah.
It's just
like the opening of the game.
It's like the opening of the game, basically. It's just like, you're going
to
build a civilization. Yeah, no shit. And I want some gameplay footage. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
I think I saw a screenshot, and all I've heard about that's new is that apparently they're focusing more on the diplomacy stuff. It's going to have a greater impact throughout the game.
Yeah. And
also that cities the actual city themselves will grow on the map in some way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
so
all I've heard.
Gonna be, well, they grew in Civ 5, but they got to a certain point and they were stopped.
I'm not sure exactly what that means exactly, but I'm intrigued. It's a Civ game.
Yeah.
I will probably buy it, and I will, because I bought them all. I've owned every Civ game since Civ 2.
I have 4, 5, I think I have 3.
I had 3. I bought them all
because I got 3 to play the multiplayer with someone.
I had 3 when it came out, and then I only bought 4 because I was playing 3 so much. I only bought 4 because I couldn't find my copy of 3.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'll just buy 4. And 4 had been out for a little while, and I was just like, I'll just buy 4. And I switched to 4, and it was okay. And then 5 I like a lot.
5 is good. I like 5.
There was some, in 3 and 4, there was a lot of stacks.
Yeah, it got really annoying.
It got really ridiculous, and I understand, like, some people like it better, and I can understand that, but when it comes to, like, I just want to attack your city with some stuff. I don't want a million
things. It got to the point
things.
where taking a city was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was so hard.
And you couldn't really plan it because you couldn't see how many soldiers were stacked on a city. So you'd be sitting there fighting it in hours.
And I've heard the argument, like, oh, you should always go after a city with a variety of units and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's fair, but that's just not how I want to play.
Well, you do that in 5.
Yeah,
exactly. 5 works. It's just you don't have the stacking to the absurd.
I like the simplified version of it. I miss, like, the complexity of Civ 2, but at the same time,
I didn't play 2. I think the only one I played was 3 and 4.
I remember playing Civ 2 when it came with an actual manual. Like, now it's all built into the game as a help menu, but in the old one, you got a full actual physical manual you can flip through, which was cool. But I missed, and I cut my teeth on Civ 2, but I miss that complexity, but sometimes I just want to come and play a Civilization game, and 5 does that wonderfully for me. I can jump right in. I've played through so many games. I've played through multiplayer games with you.
on Civ 5. I've played long games on Civ 5, and it's just it's really well balanced. I think.
I saw a thing. Apparently, they're going to have a new multiplayer mode for games that you can actually sit down and finish in one session.
Okay.
Like me and you can sit down and play, because most of the time ours we have sat through one whole game. It was usually small map in one session.
Small map.
And even then it took us a
while.
while.
A real fast
it still
pace.
took us like 3 hours.
Yeah.
But like, and that was small map, fast pace, and but like most time we end up cutting it in half, where we play for a while, we stop, and then come back to it later and finish it later. Like apparently they're going to have a new game multiplayer mode that's made to basically be able to finish the whole game in one sitting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
maybe maybe for one of our LAN, because we have tried to play Civ 5 at the LAN, but it comes down to it's too much time. It just takes up so much time that we end up not wanting to.
Especially that many players.
Yeah, especially if you get a whole lot of players, it's going to take forever. Yeah. And so we did it once, just me, you, and Tristan, and maybe one other person, like when everyone else was kind of winding down.
Yeah.
But we didn't finish the game. Again, there was no way we were going to finish it.
No.
And we stopped it, and we're going to come back to it later in the LAN. We never did.
Yeah, that was the first LAN.
Yeah, that was back, forever ago.
A while ago. But other news, they showed this is kind of game related. They showed they released the Assassin's Creed movie game.
The trailer for the Assassin's Creed film adaptation.
The adaptation
with Michael Fassbender.
What are your thoughts?
I thought it looked really good.
I thought it did too.
And it's one of those things I found myself going, I had to go back because there's so many Assassin's Creed games, and I had to go in my mind go back to the first one. Exactly, it was so long ago, and I'm trying to remember all the elements of it. And I'm like, I'm intrigued because I liked a lot of the story of the first one. The gameplay wasn't quite there yet. I mean, it was good, but it got really repetitive.
Yeah,
but I think
kind of
it seems like they've captured the tone of the first game.
Yeah.
Where you have him in the future and the past. I mean. I don't know. I'm intrigued. I think it looks good.
Yeah, it looks like they got the aesthetic right, which I didn't. I only played the first one briefly. I bought it. I actually own it. Assassin's Creed. Didn't play that much. You played it. My copy of it.
Did I?
Yeah. You played my copy on Xbox.
I don't remember.
And you played it, and you got more into it than I did.
Yeah, I like them.
I played it for a little while, and I kind of, like you said, it kind of got repetitive.
I haven't played the more recent ones. Assassin's Creed became a thing where I would play like every other.
iPhone.
Yeah, I didn't need to play every one that came out each year. I only played every other one, and I liked them. All of them were really good. I think the last one I played was the
Brotherhood or Brotherhood.
No, it wasn't Brotherhood. It was Assassin's Creed. Was it 3 or what?
I don't know.
It's the one that was set in America. And
it's in the.
It's the one right before Black Flags. Black Flags was the ship
version.
one. This one had ships and stuff in it.
Yeah, this was
which I didn't like the ship stuff in that one. I can't remember the name of it. There's so many of them. They all run together.
It's one of those things where it became like the new iPhone every year.
Every year they put on
like Saw movies. Kind of all run together, and it's kind of ridiculous. And
I like them. My biggest problem with the one that was the Revolutionary War American one, the only one I didn't like about it is I liked all the other ones because there was all kinds of structures to climb. And this one is
big old cities.
The forest was really cool in a new area that it was really cool to run around in and get lost in. I did a lot. But, like, you go into the town, and the tallest building is a church.
Mm-hmm.
And you're always, like, that same model church everywhere is what you go up to scan the area. And I'm, like, a little disappointed by that. But I did like, you would go on these little venture things where you go explore these temples. That were really cool. I really liked that stuff. And all the games had these little puzzle area type things. And I liked that a lot.
Yeah, so the movie looks good. I'm curious to see, traditionally, video game movies aren't good.
No, they're bad.
They're not.
They're
good.
terrible. Even the ones that are just so bad, sometimes they're enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean,
but
like Super Mario Brother.
Yeah.
I like Super Mario.
It's terrible.
It's a terrible movie.
It's an awful movie, but I do enjoy it. It has a weird kind of charm I like.
It's so bizarre.
It's awful, though.
But and most of them aren't good. And so
a lot of people are like saying, "Oh, this is gonna break the curse," kind of thing.
And we'll see.
We'll see. I'm intrigued.
Here's the problem. Typically with games and game adaptations to movie, if it's too much like the game, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because I'm a gamer, I like playing games, so if I'm watching the movie, I'm like, oh yeah, this is just like the game. Why don't I just go play the game?
Yeah.
I'll get more immersive experience. So that was the problem with the Doom movie. It's like, oh, it looks like someone's playing Doom and I'm watching them play.
Yeah, well, that one part
I'll just go play Doom.
Still not a good movie.
Well, it's a terrible
movie.
this
year we have Assassin's Creed. And then we also have the WoW movie, World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Which I'm not invested at all because I never really played WoW.
I played the
it looks okay
trial. That was it.
Yeah, I never really got into WoW, so I don't know what it looks okay.
Yeah.
But as a film guy, it looks okay. I'm not invested in it at all.
Yeah.
But I am Assassin's Creed. I do like, and I am intrigued, and I want.
Do you think they cut the finger off?
Maybe. I forgot about the finger
thing.
The
first one had the finger where the blade went between the...
Yeah.
You cut the finger off. I wonder if they're going to do that in this one.
I don't know. I forgot about that.
Because they changed that in the second game.
Yeah.
They got rid of that in the second game.
They couldn't do that in every
and that was just the first game. Hidden the blade between where the fake finger is.
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
I'm sure fans are going to go nuts because of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably. Who knows?
So, we'll see. It comes out sometime. I don't know what the release date is.
It's out for a while. I don't know. I didn't see what the date was.
I'm interested. I'm intrigued. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. The poster was really cool for it. Did you see the poster?
Him falling from
Yeah, it was a really nice poster. I liked it.
Again, video game and movie logic are separate. There's this part in the trailer where he jumps off this tall building, and I'm like, is he going to land in a haystack? In a game, I accept it. In a movie, I don't know if I can suspend my disbelief
to jump into a hay bale.
To jump off a 20-story tower and land on a
They do
haystack.
that in movies, though. I mean, all the time, they come out of a tall building to land on a little awning cover thing, and they break through it, but they're fine. They do it.
Not. I don't know. That's a tall
I don't think
building.
he can do it more than once.
Okay.
He can do that once in the movie, and that's believable. But if he keeps leaping off building into hay bales, I don't think we will believe it.
Yeah, into wagons full of hay.
Yeah. They can do it once.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for listening.
Yes, as always.
You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play. We're on a lot of podcast apps. I think you can access this through that.
Pretty much all of them are. If you access it by the RSS feed, you can get to us.
You can get to us. You can find us. So please subscribe to us. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
Get the iPod. If you don't have an iPad app on your iPhone, it's really useful.
You mean the iTunes app?
There's an app specifically for
podcast. iPod. There's an
what did I say?
You said iPod. I'm confused.
The podcast app.
The podcast
for iPhone is really good. You can subscribe to it right on there, and you can download all the episodes.
So please do, and please write a review if you feel inclined and you like us. Only if you're going to give us 5 stars. I want
all the
4.
reviews.
I don't want 4.
5 stars.
I don't want 3. If you're not going to give us 5 stars, it's not worth your time.
Please give us reviews.
And that looks good for us, and it makes us feel better about ourselves.
And we'll keep doing this.
Obviously. Yeah, please follow us. If you want to find anything from us, just go to our website. It's deafandumb.com. That's DEAFNDUMB.com. As much as I'd like to have an ampersand, we're not allowed. And at the top of the page, you'll see all the links to all this stuff: iTunes, Facebook, Twitter, email, whatever you might be looking for. We're there, and you can find all the episodes there. As always, we will keep releasing these once a week on Mondays. Thank you for listening. I'm Dan,
and I'm Dudley, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.